Instagram,
What is going on, everybody?
live on Facebook.
And we're live. Let's get the microphone ready to go. Get the phone on Do Not Disturb. And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Mirabella Mindset. So today I want to talk about why you're overworked, why you're exhausted, why you're tired. And I mean, we can get into how you don't work out and you eat like shit as a reason, but let's talk about how you're trying to do all the things and you're not really being a business owner, you're just being an operator. And you always hear people throw that term around, like you gotta be an owner, not an operator. But what does that even mean? Like, what do people who own businesses really do? And I think one of the main things that really separate an owner from an operator is the fact that they're really efficient at delegating and managing their energy. You hear me say often, it's about managing your energy, not your time. But, a lot of people don't catch these lives all the time. So let me just unpack that again for you. When you try and manage your time, you're set by a particular calendar schedule, like a 10-hour day, 8-hour day, 5-hour day. There's certain windows of opportunities to get things done. And if you're an owner of a salon and you're dealing with clients and you're dealing with your team and you're dealing with inventory, you're dealing with all the things, when do you get everything done?
Hold on, we got a technical difficulty.
What's going on?
Everything is frozen on all the platforms.
Why is it frozen?
I don't know, even on OBS.
I was in such a good flow. Holy. All right, guys, if you're watching right now.
No one sees anything.
Let me go on the live then.
I wonder if the audio is working, but everything is frozen.
Can you reset it real quick?
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Is the camera on?
Is the camera on?
We're live on Instagram.
All right. All right, guys, welcome back. We had a little technical difficulties before. Not really sure what happened. James, let me know when we're good to go and everything.
We're live on Facebook.
All right, let's kick
live
off
on
YouTube. All right, cool. Ready to go? All right, 3, 2, 1. We are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Mirabella Mindset. We had a little technical difficulties, but let me go start over from the top again. I don't know if I could replace that flow I just had. It was pretty good, but you guys probably missed it. So we're going to be talking about why you're exhausted, and it has nothing to do with your diet or your working out or some of your habits. It really has everything to do with you not being a true owner of your business. And James, before I keep going, are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Everything's good? All right. You always hear people say you have to be an owner, not an operator. And what's that mean? What's the thing that separates owners from operators? It's the ability to delegate, the ability to take a look at your business and take a look at it from an outside perspective and see where you have to move the pieces of your business, the people who run the operations of the business. And unfortunately, for a lot of you watching right now in the salon industry, you wear all the hats and you never get a chance to really step out of that position of the artist and then become the manager and then become the owner or the leader or the entrepreneur. It's like you're always engulfed in everything all at once. And one of the things I always speak about is controlling or managing your energy, not your time. But what does that really mean? When I say managing your energy, not your time, it's because you have a set of hours in a day that you can only do things in. And whether it's an 8-hour day, a 10-hour day, a 12-hour day, you are subject to that calendar, to the amount of hours you have in a day. And if you're trying to do the inventory in the morning and then do your clients in the afternoon and then do your one-on-one meetings at night or handle your social media at night or do your filming and your editing, it's like you condense everything into these little blocks of time that just don't really work. It's not efficient. It's not a good way to manage your energy. And so when I look at people's calendars, which is what I like to do to see if they're successful or not, I look at how many things they're trying to do in a single day. And for the busy owner, right, they're super busy, but they're not super productive. It's because they're trying to do too much in one day. That's not the way you manage your energy. How you do it is you have one specific task, one specific goal you want to accomplish for that day. And if you could accomplish that goal for the day, it's a success. Rather than try to accomplish 15 things in one day and get nothing done and half-ass everything, just do the most important thing that will take you to the finish line. Like a lot of times you hear about the 80-20 rule. Well, what's that one task, that one thing you could do that will get you 80% of the way? And if you do that, if you complete that task in a day, then the rest is really easy. And then you can delegate the rest out. See, a lot of owners out there are afraid to delegate things out because they're afraid it's not going to be done as good as they do it. Well, something done 80% as good as you can do it is much better than you not doing it at all because you're too busy. I want you guys to start thinking about being productive and not just busy. See, when you become an owner, it's like, oh, I got to do all this, I got to do that, I got to do this. But if you look at guys like Richard Branson, and you look at guys like even Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, the Gary Vaynerchuks of the world, it's like, what are they busy doing? Like, are they busy doing paperwork? Are they busy returning emails? Like, what do these guys do? They're busy growing the business. That's what they're doing. That's what you should be doing as an owner. But no, you're too busy either doing hair, you're too busy doing inventory, you're too busy entering emails, you're too busy doing things that you could hire somebody else to do for you for much less than your hourly worth or your hourly rate. And when I say hourly rate, I'm not talking about what you charge per hour behind the chair. I don't believe in charging by the hour. I believe in charging for the result. But we're not going to talk about that. It's like you are an owner of a business. So if you take what your total business does in the year, let's say you profit $500,000 a year from your business. Break it down into how many weeks in a year to how many hours in a week and how many hours you get paid by the hour. Like, figure that number out. And if it's more than $10 an hour and you're doing $10 an hour tasks, you're wasting your time. There's somebody who could probably do it better, and you could be doing something to push the business forward. So I want you to take an audit of all the things that you do in your day that you could probably hire somebody on Upwork to do for you. And you can then free up your time to do things that have an impact in your life. And I'm not just talking about in the salon. Like, what are you doing at home? Are you spending 4 hours doing laundry? Why? Hire somebody. If you're a business owner, act like a business owner. If you own a suite, guess what? You're a business owner. You have important things to do because you have rent due. You have to order color. You have to make sure your clients are being, emailed about their last visit. You have to make sure you're on top of your business game. And then when you get home, especially for the moms out there, you're busy doing mom stuff. Like, you got to make sure you do the kids' laundry, get their lunches ready. There's so much stuff you need to do. But do you really have to do all of it? Why can't you offload the house cleaning to somebody else? Why can't you offload the laundry to somebody else? Why can't you offload certain things to somebody else so when you're home, you're present with your family? And then on the flip side of that, for the business stuff, why don't you offload some of the email marketing, some of the text messages, some of the appointment setting for your clients to somebody else? Like, if you just focus on doing the hair and then you create the systems in place and the processes for the things to get done, not by you, but by somebody else, then you have all the free time in the world to focus on your clients, focus on your family, and focus on yourself. Like, I bet you, you feel so neglected. That's why you're burnt out. You're sitting here feeling like, when's the last time I even got my nails done? When's the last time I had time to sit alone and just collect my thoughts and really take a look at the success that I've created for myself? You haven't, because you're in it. Like, you're in the day-to-day and you're doing all the things, but you don't have to do all the things. That's what a business owner does. They delegate. So take a look at your life and audit it. What can you pass off to somebody else? And I promise you, getting something done, at least 80% as good as you doing it, is 100% awesome. And I learned that by my man, Dan Martell. He wrote a book called Buy Back Your Time. And a lot of the things that I do in my life now are a result of that book and many other books. And if you want the life, to be free, if you want your life to be free from the stresses and the overwhelm, then you have to learn how to delegate. Upwork is a fantastic platform to find a virtual assistant to help you with that stuff. It is. I've been using Upwork now for over 10 years. I have virtual assistants and assistants in my life that help me with every aspect of my life. I have, 4 locations that I'm involved with. I have multiple affiliate locations that I run and operate. I have 2 e-commerce stores. I have a couple B2B drop shipping businesses now. I have 2 kids under 2. I have an amazing wife, so I can't take, credit for everything. She runs the house, and without her, obviously I couldn't really do any of this stuff with 2 kids under 2. But I'm not stressed. I have a coaching business. On top of that, I have clients I have to speak to and help build their businesses too. But the one thing, I'm not stressed. And James is right here in the room, the producer of the show. James, do I ever get stressed?
It's unbelievable. I don't understand how he does it. I really don't get it.
'Cause I don't do it. Right? What's my main job? If your main job is to do hair, then do hair. Why are you spending 4 hours answering emails? Why are you editing videos? It's important to do the task, right? To understand how the task is done and the ins and outs, so you know the language of whatever you're trying to hire someone to help you with. But you don't have to do it. Learn the language around the email marketing. Learn the language around running the Google ads or the Meta ads. Learn the language around whatever it is that you need to get done. And then this way you can onboard somebody to do that task for you. I believe in something called the camcorder method. It means you film yourself doing the thing, and then you either pass to somebody else so they can create the playbook for it, or you just have them create the whole playbook for it. There's also another rule I like called the 10-80-10 rule. You do 10% of the project with the person, and then you give them the 80% to do. And then the final 10%, you come in, take a look at everything, make the adjustments you have to adjust, and then you have them do another test project again if you were really happy with what they did. And then at the last 10%, if you have nothing to change, it becomes their project, they own it, and guess what? It's off your plate. So if you're stressed out right now, if you're like struggling about worrying about how you're going to get all of it done, don't. DM me the word grow, and I'll hop into a conversation with you in my chats, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the program and if I can even help you. And if I can't, if there's something else that you're struggling with, then I'll lead you to another coach that can help you in those areas. Because I believe in actually hiring somebody who took the journey before me. And if they took that journey and they have the thing that I want to have, I'm going to learn from them rather than learn from my own mistakes. I made enough mistakes on my own that I had to learn the hard way from. So now I'm in a position in my life where I want to hire somebody to time collapse my journey so I can get to where I want to go even faster and spend the time that I want to spend with my son and with my daughter, rather than banging my head against the wall, trying to figure out how to create the successful life that I want out of my suite or out of my salon, or how to be the leader I want to be. There's enough people on the planet right now and enough technology for me to learn from everybody. So I want you guys to think about what it is you want to learn. And if you can't figure it out on your own, DM me the word grow. We'll get into a conversation about how we can make your dreams really possible at the lowest amount of stress possible. So you guys are amazing. I'm going to open the comments up for any Q&A right now. If you guys are watching and you're in our Level Up Academy, the call is going live today. So we are going to have our Monday call.
Labor Day means work.
So James, any questions in the
Autumn Scheiss, do you practice time blocking for your schedule?
All right, cool. Great question. So when I talk about managing our energy, time blocking is part of it, but the whole day is the other part of it. So what I do is I have my task manager or my notes, whatever, like Todoist. I use Morgan Calendar for my tasks, and I create folders for my tasks. One would be 10,000 day in online sales. One would be 100 stylists averaging 3,000 a week. I name the folder the goal I want, and then I put the goal I want at the top of the calendar day. And so everything or anything that has to do with that goal gets done on that day. And so I create different calendar links for people. And let's say it's my team. I'll create a calendar link that's specific for leadership day. A leadership day that they can book a meeting with me. But it's only on Monday or Tuesday. Those are the days I do leadership day. Anything for e-commerce, I have an e-commerce day. That's 10,000 day in online sales. That's my goal. That's what I want to keep my average on. That will progress as I, keep growing that business again. But anything that has to do with e-commerce or a meeting or something with my e-commerce team, that goes on that day, on a Wednesday. So I have a link for them. And within my time blocks on those days, they're only specific to the outcome of the day that I want to achieve. And so I have, other meetings like in the morning where I wake up every day and I have my morning routine. But I have something called Base Camp that I chat with all my virtual assistants and anyone who's helping me out to make sure there's no issues with my ads, issues with a project they have going on for me. And then I go on with the rest of my day. So I do time block, but I time block specific for the day based on the goal for that day or my overall goal, if that makes sense. James, is that understandable?
Yes, it was understandable.
All right, cool. James is really slow, so if he understands it, I know you guys understood it.
Yeah, that's definitely a good gauge. Definitely a good gauge. If I understand it, yep.
Any other questions?
Yeah, a couple.
Cool.
Scott Redgate in YouTube.
Scott, guys, follow Scott Redgate. Go to YouTube right now. Put in Scott Redgate. He was one of my first coaches ever for SEO and for getting my website to a different level, he's a beast. Such a wealth of knowledge. Go ahead.
He doesn't have a question, but he said, love this. If you 80-20 the 80-20, 64% of your outcome is from the 4% of the work.
I love that. Guys, if anyone out there is trying to learn more about Google Ads or SEO, go to Scott Redgate's channel on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. And thank me later. You won't be disappointed. Like, literally, he is the best of the best out there when it comes to breaking things down so you can digest it, and it's really good information. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm reading. Hold on.
Right.
He's going to scroll through. Hair by Heather Navarro. She said, what do I need to do to work with you? You're brilliant.
DME Grow, Heather, and we can get into a chat, and we get you started today.
Cool. Artist by Mubin. How do I set up an online store?
All right. My favorite online store software is Shopify. I believe Shopify is the best platform out there for numerous reasons. A, the apps they have are by far the best. Their app store, it's just huge. Like, there's so many different applications that you can pay $49 a month for Shopify, or $59, whatever it is now, and you get these plugins, and it literally does everything that your high-level performing stores will do, from automations to subscription-based to after-checkout upsells. So if you want to really increase your AOV, which is your average order value, you want to increase your lifetime value of a customer, you want to increase your conversion rate, there's a tool and an app for that on Shopify. And I know that's probably all foreign to you guys right now, but before you jump into a Shopify store or before you go into e-commerce, I want you to go to ChatGPT and I want you to type in, give me all the terminology I need for a Shopify store or an e-commerce store, and then read through all the different terms and all the different types of acronyms they have out there. So when you're reading and you're learning from YouTube or whatever channel you're trying to learn from, or even from me, you know the language. That's the most important thing. So before you get started, do that. If you want a Shopify store, I help you out with that. Specifically for the beauty industry, though, I grew and scaled my e-commerce stores to over $3 million a year. And e-commerce is what I pair with my salon. So I'm able to now target customers in my geographical area and then sell them shampoo, but then get them in my salon. So it brings my cost per acquisition of each customer down to zero, because the profits I make on the shampoo is what I use to get them in the door to be clients in the salon. That's a little high-level trick that I'll break down for you on our Shopify call if you decide to join that program. James.
Do you cover Shopify and e-commerce in your program?
I do. Yeah, I have a free Shopify course open to any of my members of the Level Up Academy. And you could buy it. I think it's like $97 on my other platform, but it's really worth like probably $1,000 because of all the information in it. But then the Shopify program, depending on what your needs are, we can talk about how to build that store for you. And that will be your website. There's a lot of people who don't understand what Shopify is. Shopify is an e-commerce platform. It's like WooPress. It's a website builder. That's what it is. And you could build your salon's website on there and then also be able to sell products on there. That's the benefit of having Shopify. When you're on Squarespace as products, it's just not that great. Wix, same deal. GoDaddy, they're all website builders. But at the end of the day, you want something that's powerful and that will be able to help you grow and scale another stream of income and also complement your salon. That's what Shopify does. James.
I don't really understand this question. So Salon Bay, if you want to elaborate, or Nick, you might understand this. He said, I have commission stylists always offering help. I have commission stylists offering to help with stuff like ordering colors, etc. Should I rely on them or should they just focus on hair?
Rely on everyone, dude. Like, they want to be part of the team, make them part of the team. Hey, this is one funny thing when it comes to commission stylist. This is for the owners and this is for the stylist. You guys are a team. The point of having a team is to have everybody in the same boat rowing in the same direction. You need to know their vision. They need to know your vision. And stylists out there, you need to really help the owners not be alone on this journey. The more successful your owner is, the more successful you're going to be. So yes, have them help you with inventory. Offload some of that to them. Get them involved in the business. Like, do you want to just gatekeep everything? I employ everybody. Like, I have independent stylists. So my commission stylists are 1099. Like, they're not W-2. I have a completely different structure. You guys want to learn more about that, watch all my other lives. But I make sure that everyone, if they want to participate, they can participate. Now, some of my managers I have in my salons / leaders, partners, whatever you want to call them, they are micromanagers, and it's a lot for them to relinquish some of that control. And I tell them all the time, let the team do it. They want to help out. I love when my team wants to help out. They want to do inventory because at the end of the day, what's next for them? Like, are you going to help develop the future salon owners in the world? So I want them to learn how to do inventory, how to manage the money, how to do the ads. I teach them everything. Anything and everything. My team, if you're watching my team right now because you don't watch my lives anymore, they're sick of me. If they want to learn any aspect of my business, I teach them. I am an open book. I don't gatekeep anything. Like the content I put out on these lives or my YouTubes, like it's stuff you can Google, but I give you my whole entire way that I grew from a $0 salon to $1 million salon. I give you all the secrets. You want to know why? Because half of you won't do anything with it. The other half will give it a shot and then give up. And then the small percentage will be like, hey, Nick, I want your help. And it's awesome. But for my team, let them do the inventory. Like, why would you stress out? And the cool thing is, if you rotate people in and out of the inventory and you have a process and a system, you can let them add to the process. And then eventually at the end of the year, everybody's little 2 cents might make the most awesome process for inventory or the most awesome process for whatever it is you're trying to get done in your salon. And then that's the new way of doing things. So don't do it alone. You have a team for a reason.
Well, Jen Pressman just asked a question that kind of you just answered, and she laughed because you just pretty much answered it. But she said, "How do you pick the right hire? How do you pick and hire the right delegate for the right job?"
Yeah, just let people do it. I think that every person's capable of being awesome. It's just that leaders don't have the ability to articulate and bring the best out of each person. So I really love to let people flourish. And I think every person has something, as long as they're dedicated to like the business, right? If they don't care about your salon, then you shouldn't have hired them. I hire for hunger and character. This is something that I truly believe in. I want you to be hungry, and I want you to have the moral values and the character that I don't have to worry about you stealing from me, you gossiping, and you doing something that would really ruin the brand. As long as those two things are covered, I have nothing else to worry about. I know that I can train you, and I know that I can help you, and I know that I will help you grow somewhere in my business. And sometimes people aren't a good fit. I've changed roles with people because I felt like maybe the way their neurons in their brain fire off, that they're a better fit for something that's like more inventory based, or someone has something more number based. Somebody's more artistic, right? Somebody might be a better person to capture content in the salon, but they can't edit it. Like there's certain things that people could do innately that's part of their DNA, and I want them to go into that area and then blow up. James.
No more questions as of right now.
All right, cool. All right, guys, for the Level Up Academy people watching this right now, we are going to kick our call off today at 1 o'clock. That's a half hour from now. If you guys want help growing your salon, just honestly not being exhausted anymore and learning how to buy back your time and find like in a virtual assistant, how to create systems in place so you don't have to do all the things, DM me the word grow. We'll hop into a chat. I'll get you started. You guys are amazing. I will see you guys tomorrow on Tomorrow's Live. Goodbye.
12 p.m.